Me and my dad were at dinner Friday night. He came into town, and we were eating at the Bloodhounds downtown, and we were just sitting there eating, and a lady probably in her 50s came up and was just told me thank you for everything that I'd done at Auburn. And to me, it's just I played football, and I tried to live the right way and live how my parents raised me to put others first. And it was very humbling and just awesome for someone to come up and say that to me. And it's tough. It's crazy that it's ending. This week's been pretty tough on me so far, just because it's Georgia and being from Georgia, and I don't know. I don't want to get too emotional, but I'm happy to be a Tiger.
How much will you miss competing in that game?
A lot. Those are my rivals, my buddies over there, playing for Georgia, and it's going to be tough being on the sidelines for that one. I got so many good friendships on that team, and the guys who play for Auburn who are recruited from Georgia and from Georgia, we're all share a close bond. So I'm just going to have to be as supportive as I can, and I might still be the most fired up guy on that field, even though I'll be on the sidelines, and I'm just excited to root my guys on.
You mentioned that the senior year has been tough in terms of keeping your blocks and not being 100%. How important will that Senior Bowl and NFL Combine, the stuff after the season, be as you try to continue your career?
I think for me the most important thing right now is to make sure I get back to 100%. And like I said, it's my goal to be playing in one of those games come late January. But if I'm only 95%, I'm gonna have to say no to it and just make sure I'm 100%, because I think teams have seen what I can do, and I'm sure there's some teams that have already kind of located me and where I'm at and like me. So if I'm not 100%, then I just gotta look forward to hopefully the combine and then pro day to show them what I can do.
As you said, you've been around for a while. Teams know you, know what you can do. What are your expectations as you move forward into the draft? Have you started thinking about where you may be taken?
I don't know. It's funny. People come up and they're like, "What team do you want to play for?" And you really don't get a choice of it at all. So I'm just going to work as hard as I can. I know last year I was projected as somewhere in the mid rounds. I wouldn't expect that to have changed at all, or probably lower, later in the draft probably, since I'm hurt and everything. But even if I don't get drafted, I'm going to try to make a squad regardless, and just see what happens.
Talk about putting others first and cheering team on. Was there ever a question for you to not come back and after the surgery? I mean, you were on the sidelines, a couple days after the surgery, to come back and just do whatever you can for this team. How important is that?
No, that is very important. This team, we're in a tough spot, and just being out there at practice and supporting them and trying to coach up some of the younger guys at tight end is very important to me. Because like I said, I owe a lot to Auburn. Auburn doesn't owe anything to me, and if that's the only thing I can do right now is to be supportive of these guys and try to help them out, then that's what I'm going to do. I didn't go to the Texas A&M game because I just had surgery, and it killed me to watch it from TV. I was yelling, and it was just frustrating. So it's much better for me to be out there and be as close to the action as I can, just to kind of keep me positive and keep me involved with football.
You were mentioning your memories. You didn't mention the winning touchdown against Alabama. Is that and the dance? I guess that'll.
I try to forget the dance part. Seems to keep getting brought up every day. That was a special moment too. At the time, I didn't really think I understood the whole meaning of that and what it meant to everyone. But as I've gotten older and as my career has come to an end, I realized how special that moment was, and how much a dagger it was into the heart of those people over in Tuscaloosa. So hopefully we can get another win in this coming up Iron Bowl.
You talked about some of the good times, but you also faced a lot of adversity. In 2010, there was a lot of people throwing questions at you that you maybe couldn't answer, didn't know about the whole camp stuff. through that all, you showed up and you kept showing up and kept answering questions. How important is that to you to be upfront and just to see what you kind of get with you?
We try to just take it day by day, and in 2010 with all that controversy, I think we all knew that we recruited the right way, and we did everything the right way, and so, you know, you try to just be as honest and upfront with everyone as you can. I mean, there's some things you can't go about saying, but you know, you just got to come here every day and just take care of your own business.
And the reason I ask that is because of all the stuff that you have done off the field. It really seems like if you've been the mouthpiece for this team since, you know, even when you were a sophomore and a junior. How important is that to men, you know, to show up and say, hey, I'm still gonna show up good times and bad times, and talk to the media and do the things that I know I'm supposed to do?
I think that's just me as a person and how I was raised. You can't just, when times are bad, just shut it down and try to block yourself from the rest of the world. And then when times are good, on the opposite end, you can't just showboat and gloat and be acting a completely different person. And you know, I've always tried to keep even keel on the field. When we're going through highs or we're going through lows, I try to stay the same emotionally, and I try to carry that over into my life as well. And like I said, when it comes down to it, it's just a game. I don't think you should ever let it change who you are as a person and what you believe in. But you know, it's an important game, so I can see why people would let that happen to them. But like I said, I just try to keep somewhere in the middle between the highs and the lows and everything that I do.
Coach Bolger talked about the difference between playing hurt and being injured, and how much did that kind of mindset and that message get across to you over the past almost 2 years of being hurt and your decision not to maybe do a surgery earlier?
I think Coach Bolger did a great job of trying to get me through the weeks over my career. I mean, I've been dinged up a pretty good bit over my career with my shoulder and my hip, and he's done a good job of sticking up for me and telling the other coaches on the staff that he's not 100% and we need to get him as close to that as we can by game time. And you know, playing injured playing hurt, if you're hurt, you just got to play through it, unless it's like a concussion or something. You shouldn't do that, but you gotta have it in your mind that you're gonna be able to, you'll be all right after the game. You can take a couple days off. Sunday, Monday, they're pretty much days off for players. So being injured is just different. I didn't consider myself injured until, you know, I couldn't go full speed anymore, and that was the hardest thing to come to realization, was that I was injured and I couldn't just keep playing. And Coach Bohr made me understand that there's a difference between the two.
When you invest as much as you have into this program, Philip, and you get so tight with the head coach, not only your position coach as well, how difficult is it to see the criticism that's been put on this staff right now?
It's tough. I mean, like you said, the relationships are so close. Me being a senior, I've been with these guys since they came in, and Coach Chiswick and I have been close. I was the first guy he came and visited when he first got the job, so it's tough to see. You know, we're giving it our best effort. We have great game plans going in, and you know, some of the time the ball just hasn't been bouncing our way, and that's tough. You know, teams are gonna have seasons like this regardless of where you're at. It's just how it is. There's highs and lows, and you know, it's tough to see the criticism going on, but you know, we're not winning games, so that's what happens when you're not winning games, and you know, I think Coach Chiswick is doing a great job of just taking it week by week and getting our team ready to play the next game and having a short memory. So you know, especially going into this game, I think it's a rivalry game. It's Georgia-Auburn, the Deep South's oldest rivalry, so you never know what can happen. Just like in the Iron Bowl, you never know what can happen. So you know, I think we'll be able to block out the criticism and just get ready for this rivalry game.